We're now inside VidCon 2025. Rainbow. Here at VidCon, they have plenty to offer, like the food court. A lot of different food trucks and vendors, a lot to see, a lot of exhibits too.
All right, what is your name?
I'm Cato Roberts.
All right, and I know you're a big YouTuber. How many subscribers do you have?
Yes, sir. I have 700,000.
700,000. Okay, how'd you get started?
Honestly, I started off acting, and I still am an actor.
Okay.
I played a character named Mikey on Darman, and then it blew up, and now I'm here.
Okay. So this concept, your publicist earlier was telling us a little bit about it. Can you explain further? So you're going to be traveling, doing content. What's exactly the
Yes, sir.
concept?
So it's called Jet House, and it's not just about traveling. It's we're calling our friends jet setters, meaning we create new trends, we create new styles. That's what it's all about. And also, we'd be flying influencers. It'd be me and 4 other main kids. We'd be flying around the world. For instance, we'd be going to Greece, the Bahamas, like all those places. We'd be flying other influencers out, and we'd be flying fans out. So if y'all actually go sub, there's a Linktree event, and you guys can sign up to be part of those creators things, and you can win a free trip.
Okay.
So
okay, awesome. When did you feel like things were starting to come up? Like, what was that moment when your YouTube channel really started getting that traction?
It was actually when my first video that I made was actually hit 64 million views.
Oh wow! Okay.
So
what was that video?
It was it was a skit. A kid makes fun of a boy with autism, instantly regrets it.
Okay.
And I played a character named Kyle, and it did really, really well.
Is that all you said on Darman?
And Darman, yes sir.
Okay.
And that's when it really took off.
Okay. You still do a lot of work with Darman, or are you more on your own?
I'm on my own now.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
but I am collabing with other huge YouTubers. We're gonna do a meet with Mr. Beast soon, so
Wow,
that's we're doing it now. It's working.
Okay. So what would be your advice to somebody trying to start out and trying to get their YouTube channel going?
Honestly, don't listen to the haters. When I was little, I always listened to the haters. I got so discouraged. It would literally make me cry, but then when I started working with other big YouTubers, they were telling me, hey, don't listen to them. They just are jealous that they're not in your spot. Keep on working harder, and then they'll be kissing your butt.
Awesome. All right, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate
Good
it,
luck
man.
to you. Have fun on the trips.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We'll be watching out for you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Make sure to subscribe to this guy. And Jet House Worldwide.
There you go.
Hey, I appreciate you, boss.
Thank you, man.
Stay by.
Appreciate it.
This is a wonderful family-filled experience to bring the kids, your loved ones, and to really enjoy the culture of social media and what it takes to become an artist, especially with YouTube, since it's blossomed into a thriving family, bringing people together so that way they can connect online and experience videos and enjoy the same likes and interests. Can you tell me about this setup here?
Yeah, so we're just doing a couple of different things here. So this is our gaming setup. We're just showcasing what a normal, typical gaming setup could look like. We have our photo booth here that's going on too, where people could take photos and have a chance to enter our raffle. And then we have a couple other setups over there as well. We're showing you like audio and video and like a typical streaming setup as well.
So with the photo booth, it does like a digital background of like a popular game?
Yeah, so we have like Minecraft on there right now, Roblox and The Sims and stuff like that. There's another game on there I don't quite know, but yeah, we have a couple of different kind of backgrounds that people could choose from.
Okay, and with this gaming setup, why is this recommended? Why would we want to go this route?
So what we're showcasing here, just like of course like our Game Capture Neo, just showcasing how people can stream and record. Some people may not be familiar with that. So yeah, we're just showcasing of course how that works. And then of course we just have like a microphone, mostly for show of course, but it's there. But
Quality audio goes a long way.
it does, I will say, yeah, audio goes a long way. So we're just showcasing what it could look like instead of having like a very terrible webcam mic.
Yes.
It's-
I've been there.
Yeah, instead of like you're in a cave or so. But yeah, I mean, this is, of course, what's nice about this is it does 4K 60 HDR, so perfect for the Switch 2. Records at 1080p 60. So if you're just going to get into the space of recording or streaming, this is like a perfect capture card. So for that.
Fantastic. And what's the name of this company?
This is Elgato. So this is the Elgato booth.
All right, we have the Blumhouse. If you all are not familiar with Blumhouse, it is a production company that specializes in horror films. They've done a lot.
Okay, thank you.
I have a feeling that man's beard is fake. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Yosef.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
So tell me, what brings you out to VidCon 2025?
To connect and network with other creators like myself.
Excellent. How long have you been creating?
In total, 8 years, professionally 2 years.
All right, and what's your main platform?
YouTube, I have 400,000 on there.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what exactly is your niche? What do you specialize in?
I eat food in a car.
That's it?
Yeah.
Like any type of food?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. My viewers love to see a lot of like fast food, like Taco Bell, Chipotle. It's basically, it's a niche that started in Korea. It's called mukbang. And you just eat a lot of food for people's entertainment. There's a lot of like ASMR in it. A lot of like, you're coming along with me on the experience of eating really good food. A lot of the people are like not trying to eat that much. So I guess they just gain the experience through me, sort of thing.
I love it. That sounds tantalizing. So you get all the sounds and the experience and the enjoyment.
And how
out of
good
it.
the food looks in the lighting. Oh yeah, all that
Nice.
stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So is that good marketing for these food chains? Then?
Yeah. I'll go and I'll, say the name of the place, and then I make the food look really good, and then you'll have people around the area come and try it, because it looks really good on camera.
Well, I love that your channel has grown so much. So have you ever gotten any sponsorships off of this deal?
Yes, thank God. Brand deals are pretty consistent with this type of work.
Anyone you can name off the top of your head?
Yeah, so far I've done a lot of local chains. So like chains with like 70, 80 locations, and they're like areas. So like with Texas, I worked with Golden Chick. I worked with Fresh Brothers, which is very popular in the California area.
Yes, it is.
Nothing like international yet, but once I'm about to sign with an agency, once I do, then the deals with Chipotle and Chili's and Chili and McDonald's are all going to start coming
So the
in.
sponsorship, do they like give you like free food? That comes with
They
it?
pay you as well.
And they pay you as
Yes.
well. So you get like all the chicken McNuggets you want and a check.
Yes.
Oh, and of course, what is your channel?
At YoEats23 on all platforms. Main one is YouTube and TikTok.
Excellent. You heard them, folks.
Where can
like
we
and
find
subscribe.
you?
Oh, scan the QR code. We're Two Bald Dudes.
Two
TV.
Bald Dudes. Make sure to like and subscribe to Bald Dudes.
You can always DM us. We love to eat food too. Is that a dinosaur or a dragon?
It's Charmander.
I know. Bald man. 12 o'clock. Now, while we're out here at VidCon 2025, we are also going to see how many bald men we can find. Bald man, to our left, in the blue shirt. You'll see that these conventions, are made for everyone of all different looks, shapes, and sizes. And the bald people come as well. Ah, yes, and finally, the AC, which brings us to the main attraction, feeling and being cool. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Isla.
Tell me, Isla, that's a beautiful name.
Thank you.
What brings you to VidCon 2025?
My cousins actually invited me to come with them, so yeah.
Is this your first time?
Yes.
How do you like it so far?
It's actually pretty fun. It's actually a dream con that I've always wanted to go to.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What are some aspects of the convention that you like the most?
Like that you can see creators walking around and having fun, and you get to meet with them. And you can also see other people like cosplaying and having fun. And you can like visit different booths and try different things, and I really like that.
I love that. Are there any content creators that you follow yourself?
Crew. I love Crew. And Purple Cliff. Yes. He's a Pokemon creator. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And what is this ensemble? Tell me about this piece.
So I am cosplaying Latte Cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom. It is a Korean game that you can download on the App Store. So you're like fighting monsters, and your characters are cookies, and they're trying to win back a kingdom that was taken over by evil.
I like it. That sounds really sweet.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Perfect. So, what advice would you give someone? Let's say it's their first time coming to a convention. What advice would you give them?
Definitely have fun. Explore. Don't hold back. Be yourself. And try to go to as many events as you can.
We just got out of a conference on Pop Store, one of the latest platforms in technology here when it comes to influencers and media creators. You can sell your content and your products online. A valuable tool if you're looking to grow your channel and your business. DaVinci Resolve 20, which is a program that we started to use when we first got started on YouTube. It's free. It's very user-friendly. I picked it up within a few hours just to do the basics, to do a simple edit. So I highly recommend looking this up if you ever want a free downloadable software. So you're not spending, a couple $100s here trying to get some fancy tech. And then at the end of the day, you're like reading the manual for like a week or two and you don't understand. This is a good product to go with. Another alternative is also called CapCut. Let's see what this is about. Hi, excuse me.
How's it going?
Good, good. Can you tell me about your product or setup here?
Oh yes, this is just our production panels. So this is for editing and that one's for coloring. The edit one is it has essentially all the shortcuts you need in order to make your first edit. So you can go to full screen, you can add markers really easily. It has even functions for live cam editing if you have time sync clips. And then that one over here is for the color page. And so each of these buttons have 3 additional features with like these 3 shift keys right here. And so that, just wide range of different shortcuts you can do to color your image. Like without this panel, you would have to click over here to control some of your parameters and then throw your mouse way over here. But with this one little guy, you essentially don't really have to touch a mouse unless you're typing in a note or something like that. So it's very versatile, it's easy to jump around and easy to make your color grade.
Wow, so this gives you like the ultimate like hands-on approach shortcut, so to speak, so you're not doing everything on the keyboard there. So you're not clicking manually, taking time dragging around, boxes and stuff. So you can really edit. Now this looks a little complicated maybe for like a first-time beginner. Would you say this is an easy product to understand and learn if you're just getting started?
I think you don't have to use all the functions right out the door. So I started with the version behind this, which essentially had like way less buttons and was a lot bulkier. And when I got that, it was pretty daunting, but I just used like the 3 wheels to start. And then as I got more comfortable, I started branching out to the other functionalities. So it's as easy as you make it. Even for this little panel, you don't have to use everything off the bat. You can get by with just some basic shortcuts, but when you're ready to, expand your learning, then the whole suite's there. It's pretty sweet.
I love it. So start with the basics and build upon that. With anything in life, it's baby steps.
Yeah, and this is like Hollywood level production software.
Yeah,
so.
the quality looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of having a huge monitor when I edit, just so everything's spaced out. I can see with these little eyes. Now you seem like you've done a lot of this. So are you a content creator?
No, I'm just contracted with Blackmagic to talk about it, but I do some stuff on the side, but
Freelance, huh?
Yeah, freelance and then some personal projects.
Hey, how are you?
How's it going?
Good. I love this setup here. So tell me, what is Horchata Soto all about here?
This is Horchata Soto right here on the screen, and he's actually signing stuff right there.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
He's a storyteller. That's his thing.
He's a storyteller.
He does like skit videos and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so like some comedic,
Comedic,
mainly?
yeah.
Okay.
Mainly comedy. Yeah,
So
yeah.
people of all ages must enjoy his content.
Yeah. Mostly for younger people, but like he does stuff for all ages. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And this is like his trademark then.
This is his
Yeah.
logo. Yeah, it's right there too. The big.
I love it. Yeah. Awesome merch.
Hello.
The man
There we
to meet
go.
the
It's
legend.
me.
How are you?
What's up?
Pleasure. Well, you're a very accomplished creator here,
Yeah.
and you have a lot of fans. People that love you. We wanted to ask you, what inspired the whole horchata concept?
The whole horchata concept. So honestly, I started during quarantine, March 2020. I had nothing else to do. I was just kind of making videos for fun, and it just took off into this whole thing that I can do full time in terms of business. As the name horchata and everything else around it, when I was in middle school, I was actually a huge fan of the drink. and I would always bring it to school. I was a little bit of a weirdo where I would bring it to school, take pictures of it, send it to friends. So they nicknamed me Horchata. So when it was time for me to kind of make my usernames, my TikTok, Snapchats, Instagram, I made it Horchata_Soto. And then all the videos really took off. And when I got recognized in public, they weren't calling me Jorge, which is my first name. They were calling me Horchata. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So let's roll with it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the rest is history.
I love it. I love it. And so they were telling me that you're a storyteller. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yeah. So I do comedy, story times, and skits, more on my childhood memories. So a lot of things revolving around school. I used to work at a Walmart, so that builds character as well, and I love talking about that. Also, I talk about stuff in my household, like with my mom and my family and everything, and I love every moment of it. It's really fun,
Excellent.
yeah.
So personal past experiences help inspire your stories and the ideas and topics for which you will like convey.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So how big of a following do you have at this point?
Yeah, so it's honestly a huge privilege, a crazy blessing where I'm at 3.5 million subscribers on YouTube, 3 million on TikTok, and yeah, just pretty much those are my big two platforms right now.
What does it feel like to have so many people that look up to you, that enjoy your content, that kind of come together as a community because they love what you do? How does that feel inside?
Honestly, sometimes I forget. Like I just can't comprehend it sometimes, especially moments. I mean, moments like these are reminders as to why I do it and the people who watch. The biggest fulfillment for me is I just love doing it as well, where I just have a blast filming, editing, just doing all those crazy things, and just the audience loving it too is just a crazy, crazy privilege.
That actually brings me to my next question. So when you first got started, how did you figure out like what tech or what software to use? How do I edit? Like how did you learn the process?
It was honestly very gradual. Like I just started little by little. I had a really not so good Android phone. That's how I got started, just filming there. Very low frame rate, very crappy like quality and everything. But as time progressed, I was slowly just investing a little bit. Then I bought a tripod, then I bought lights, then I bought a better phone, then I bought microphones. Like all those things has just but it was very gradual. You know, I worked with what I had. I'm a firm believer also like no excuses as well. So just kind of like work with what you got, and then everything else is just a bonus.
I love it. Thank you so much for your
Awesome.
time.
Thank you
You've
so
been
much.
fantastic. All right. Check them out, like and subscribe. All right. Horchata Soto. All right. So that was another great content creator, over 3 million subscribers. So we started off with one with 400K, then we went to 3 million. All right. So let's see who else we could find. Follow me. Here they have many things to offer, such as an arcade station. This is great for kids of all ages, even adults. I like to get down an arcade. In fact, I have one in my home as well. Looks like they're playing Battle Boats, Cash and Nico. That's fantastic. I wanted to ask you, do you have any background story on Cash and Nico? What is this about?
Yeah, so Cash and Nico are both Minecraft YouTubers. They do a bunch of different other things. They have plenty of other channels too. They do Roblox stuff and IRL content now too. So we help them manufacture a lot of their different products. As you can see here, we got like their plushies, we got their backpacks and t-shirts and plenty of other different activities here for kids. So we also have a booth on the other side that is Socks for One. So we help manufacture their stuff as well. We have a couple of different other partners, so yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. Will they be here at the convention this weekend?
Yeah, so yesterday they were here doing a sign for a bunch of fans. They came over here and just took some pictures. They're having a meet and greet tomorrow, and they might even just be wandering the halls and will come around again for another signing later.
Yes, you've heard it. Cash and Nico, over 10 million subscribers, all right? Goes to show that anyone can do it, and you don't know. I mean, and the sky's the limit with how far you can take it and to produce great content. And then you grow a big following that people really admire and respect you for, and influences and changes the world. Let's see more.
Are you guys a stylist? What can you do for a bald head like this?
We don't mess with perfection.
All right. That's a good answer. Good answer.
We have a throwback for Disney arcade machine. We're going to try A2. Oh, excellent. Let's see what we got. Another bag. It's just nothing but bags. Hey, what is that? Like, is that like a little Game Boy kind of thing?
Yeah. I'll get 2 later.
There we go. Now we're ready to roll. There's plenty of things to do, such as games for the kids or for the whole family. You got giant Jenga. You've got a ball and a string, whatever that does. Oh, is it peace? VidCon! Woo! Have the level up stage where they do a lot of like game show kind of themed events here. Don't forget that, Ollie. Every time we see a bald man, we must call them out on their baldness. That's one of the challenges we're doing today is who can spot that bald man? At the end of this live stream as well, we're going to see if anyone can guess the correct number of bald men that we caught on camera. All right, so make sure to post your comment down below. If you get the answer right, you will get an amazing shout out from us and a possible virtual hug. Hug.
Are you guys excited?
I'm excited! Oh, I'm ready. Woo! Why is it green? There's so 10 on the stage. How many people can fit on the stage? Let's see what else is next. Follow me! To our left, we have ATMs. If you like some fast cash. Tell me, what's your name?
My name is Connie. I'm the founder of Hyde Hermit Studio.
Excellent. What's yours?
I'm Dallas Hoysen. I'm the co-founder of Hyde Hermit Studio.
Fantastic. So tell me, how did you come up with the concept of this studio?
We're both artists, and at first it's like when we're doing conventions, we're like trying to figure out how we're gonna approach to our fans, and we're like, well, we always like to work together, and we like to do things together, so we just create a studio, and that way we have two artists instead of like a singular one.
I love it. Two heads are better than one. You can come together.
Yeah, absolutely. So that came out really well. We've been doing this for the past 8 years, so it's been really good so far.
That's fantastic. And what inspires you to come up with your creations here? Where does this come from?
First of all, this is our mascot, Hyde the Hermit Crab. He's our company's mascot. And basically, it was based on my previous mentality back in the day when I was way younger. I used to have imposter syndrome. And so usually I'm too shy to show off my work, and I usually tend to be more behind the scenes. But once I started okay, I had to be out here and start talking to people, and he's here basically to teach kids and other fellow artists to be confident with their artwork.
That is an amazing concept and very inspiring. I love it. The hermit crab, kind of introvert, coming out of their shell.
Absolutely.
Fantastic symbolism behind that, And so, what are the most popular creations that you guys have come up with? What do people enjoy the most? Other than the hermit.
Yeah. A lot of people like the tiki shirt designs that we've done and stuff like that. We collaborate with a company called Boss Monster that we did. So we did with their little shark mascot and with our Hyde mascot. I also did Yu-Gi-Oh tiki shirt designs and also some original tiki shirt designs and stuff like that. So a lot of people like those the most because I work well with patterns a lot.
I love it. And I like a good tiki shirt myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm always on vacation.
Yeah. 24/7.
At least in my mind. We all try.
Yeah.
We all try,
Yep.
I'm on the beach right now. The waves are coming in. No one's here, That's fantastic. And you've been doing this for 8 years now?
8 years.
Excellent. And so how successful have you been? Or at least how was it when you first started the company?
When we first started, we started selling from dollar stickers over at I think, was it Anime?
It was Anime Impulse.
Anime Impulse.
I'll be right back. I have to tell a listen real quick.
Oh, yeah, Anime Impulse. During an interview. No, so we started Anime Impulse selling dollar stickers is the case, and so we did from that, and so it's two different unique styles happening and stuff like that, and that went well for a while, and then we started growing a little bit more and started purchasing more merchandise and everything else to make that work out and creating new types of merchandise of what people like and everything else instead of following trends and whatnot.
I've always wanted to ask this too because you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You're a business owner. How did you get started when it comes to creating, manufacturing, and actually shipping these products? How do you even go about that?
So you have to fail a lot of times to have that mindset is the case. But I started from a retail where I used to be the main graphic designer at a 30,000 square feet candy store called Sweet. I worked there for the past 7 years, and so I work with like, you know, a lot of IP like Stan Lee, Elvira, Spits of the Dark, Disney, RuPaul, and stuff like that. So I did a lot of those designs for the past 7 years. That candy store is dead. So so after that, I started doing this more full-time when COVID came around and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good with everything else on that. But there's been like, you know, like a lot of like ups and downs based on economics right now. So I usually have to worry, for now, like for 2025, I have to worry about like the whole tariff ordeal for that is the case. Because when it was at 145, I had to tell my manufacturers, I'm not doing that shit. So, but now I lowered it down to 30, so it's kind of a bit volatile.
Thank you for your story and your insight into the field and some background. You're very inspirational. And to anyone out there who wants to start this business, what bit of advice would you give them?
Fail as hard as you can, because failure is the motherlode of success.
Good quote. I'm gonna have to like back pocket that one for a rainy day. I could use that mentality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, you heard it, folks. Here at VidCon, plenty of creators that are also vendors as well. They start their own brands, clothing lines, merchandise. It doesn't just have to be on YouTube, you know? You start off with a simple concept and it grows.
All right, Mike, now we're going up to the Creator Lounge. We're going to see what's going on up there. We're going to learn some things.
All right, ready to go? Come on, hey guys, welcome to our VidCon 2025.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Celebrities, we are.
Here at VidCon 2025, we're celebrating 20 years of YouTube being in existence. A groundbreaking achievement for YouTube, and it should be around for decades to come, showing the importance of bringing community together through digital creation, influencing, media content, and sharing like experiences and ideals. This is the YouTube Creator Lounge, where we get the insights to the know-how from various YouTube experts.
Take a look around. You got shorts right here. You got some, looks like some whack-a-mole right there. You got some photo booths. And then you got the experts that we're about to talk to make our channel grow. Hey, how are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm Rachel.
Rachel, my name's Ali. Our YouTube channel is called Two Bald Dudes. So I have a question regarding the algorithm. Typically when we film a video or we post a video, the first couple of days it's like it's flat. It's, you know, 10, 15, 20, whatever. And then on day 3 or 4 we see this spike where it just all of a sudden grows, both in the reach and the views. Is there anything that we can do to make that more consistent, or is that just a natural progress based on our audience?
What kind of content are you making?
So we started out doing street interviews, you know, live man on the street stuff. Content, since it's called Two Bald Dudes, we interviewed a lot of bald guys about being bald. It had dating questions. The last couple of months we were doing reaction videos, the really popular ones where we have the shorts, show that little 10-second clip or whatever, and then have a commentary and reaction towards it. So those have done well, kind of, but they tend, like I said, they kind of are flat, and then all of a sudden they'll start to come up. So we're trying to pivot to find a few different things.
When are you uploading them?
We were uploading once a week on Saturdays, and then when we started doing the reaction videos, we were starting to do Wednesdays and Saturdays, around 9 o'clock on those days.
And when they are getting views, what days are those?
So let's say I post on Wednesday, I'll maybe get 30 views until Friday, and then from Friday, that one day, it might blow up to 2K views or what have you.
So they're getting a lot of views on the weekend?
On the weekends, but same thing. If I post my Saturday video, it might be flat for Saturday and Sunday, and then maybe Monday and Tuesday is when it'll start.
Interesting.
So it's like a 2-day trail before it starts really going out there.
The reason I'm asking is there's nothing in our recommendation system that cares about like when the video is published. Like we're going to recommend it whenever your audience is interested in it is online. But I'm wondering if your audience, there's a card in analytics we can see like when are my viewers online, and it can give you a sense of when they're there and watching. Because it may be that maybe on the weekends when people have more time, they're watching more YouTube, so they're getting more stuff then. And then if it's like midweek towards the end of the week, people also might have a little bit more time Monday, Tuesday. So you can see like their online patterns. That's usually what's actually happening because there's no rules in our system. Like we're really paying attention to when the video was published.
But
Yeah.
in terms of the reach, I find that the reach has that same pattern too, where it's not really being pushed out as much during the first couple of days, and then all of a sudden, in like day 3 or 4, let's say Monday or Tuesday, if it's a Saturday post, that's when the algorithm or the reach will start climbing on.
Yeah. So the way the recommendation system works, it's like a lot of people think of it like it's pushing out videos. What's really happening is like viewers arrive, and the system is designed to pull in videos to them based on what they're interested and like willing to watch.
Okay.
And so it's more of like a pull than a push situation.
Okay.
And in your case, it seems like maybe it takes a little while for like viewers arrive getting interested in your stuff, but it's really different per content type. Like if you're like a news creator and stuff is only relevant for like those few hours or days, it usually gets the most views in the early time frame. But on YouTube, a lot of stuff can last for a really long time. So for example, like if you make like meditation stuff or how-to videos, a lot of them get views later on, but it stays consistently because there's always demand. Like there's always people every day watching that kind of stuff. It's more about the content type and the type of viewers because there's no hard rules in our system. It's just going to learn off what people do when they're online, what they're interested in, when it's relevant to them.
Okay.
That's what it's reacting to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of content type, like I said, we started out doing the interviews, man on the street interviews, on specific topics, and we were trying to pivot to these reaction ones because I know they've been really popular, and seeing if we can gain more views and more subscribers that way. Do you recommend trying and pivoting every so often, or trying to stay consistent with what and how the channel initially started?
It's a mix of both. So in order to stay relevant, you have to like always keep experimenting because there's no famous person has like maintained their fame by just doing the same thing. The most famous people in the world have had to reinvent themselves over and over again. If you think about like a Michael Jackson figure, like how many characters did he have? Or like David Bowie, like with Starman, and then this other thing. Any famous person has had to reinvent, and that's how you stay relevant. Then you have like what works, and that's usually what catapults people to fame. Is you find one thing that's really popular. So you found that in these reaction videos, that's what people really enjoy and what they watch. If you make that into a series, often when you look at some of the biggest creators on YouTube, they found a series or something that they really like, that audiences love, and then they repeat it over and over again, so people get in the habit. So once you find what's working, you make more of it. People love it and enjoy it, but then you have to always experiment with like, what's the next series going to be? What's the next thing? So you have to do both. It's a balance. You're the creative, so you know how to do it. Like,
So a mixture of both. So it's not like once we pivot to a new concept, it doesn't mean we can't go back to our
No, you
original
always
concept.
can.
Yeah.
But you can pay attention to when something's, if something is still working, you know it, because it's still going to get the attention, and like people are still loving it. You see the comments coming in, it's just as entertaining.
Right.
At a certain point, it might start to wane. Like everybody's had a series, and when you're on episode 45 of something, the views will start to trail off, and you're like, people's attention shifting, they're watching more of something else.
Right.
At that point, that's usually the point where you want to pivot.
Yeah,
If something's working, keep making it.
Yeah, no, and that's the reason why we tried to pivot to the reactions. I know those are really popular for one, especially on topics of the red pill and dating, the different shorts and TikToks and what have you. And we felt like the interviews were starting to kind of flatline. Not people were still interested, but not as much as the previous series. So we thought we'd try to follow a trend that we thought might be popular. But then I know sometimes trends kind of come and go also.
Yeah, internet shifts fast, and it's way faster than it was, years ago. I mean, with short form, there's just this trend cycle is exponentially sped up.
Yeah. And in terms of short form, I know that's something that a lot of people are pushing a lot more. Because our content's been primarily long form, so we've started to put some shorts out, like little clips from each of the videos, from long form videos. Do you recommend continuing with that type of, with putting short form out there to balance out the long form?
It's whatever you enjoy making.
Yeah.
Like viewers are going to feel if you like what you're creating. So if you feel more comfortable in shorts, you think you can make it more entertaining content that way, you're having more fun making them, your viewers are going to like it better. Okay. If you like longer form content and you like more like documentaries, storytelling, and that's your thing, you make better stuff that way and you enjoy it. It's a creative decision. They both can work. People use audiences like both. There's still people on YouTube watching short and long. you can choose what works for you. There's different trade-offs. So like shorts, people's attention shifts. So like in a session, they might watch 100 different creators. If you're watching long, they might go to YouTube and spend 20 minutes just with you. So they might be way more loyal. They might be way more likely to watch your future stuff. So you can choose what to invest in. It has different implications. Yeah. I don't know.
Awesome. No,
Yeah.
That helps. Thank you so much. We
Nice to
appreciate
meet
it. You too. Thank you. That was long, huh?
What's your name?
毕邦流.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jeremy with Two Ball Dudes TV. Pleasure. So we like to post shorts. We've always wondered, like, is it recommended to do long form, to do shorts as well? When it comes to short content and creation, what is the key to having an engaging short that's going to get a lot of repeat views or business?
Yeah, I think it's still about the video itself. So for YouTube shorts, we're actually still care about viewers, right? So we are picking like good quality shorts to the viewers. So we look at like what the viewers wants to watch, what they likes, they dislikes. We take those kind of informations to recommend videos. So for creator, it's more about like what are their targeting audiences and what content they want to upload. They just focus on the quality of the videos, and the shorts itself, the backend algorithms can help to find a great audience for these videos. Yeah.
And is shorts a good way to help grow your audience, to help expose your channel more as opposed to a long form video?
Yeah, I think it's kind of compensated with each other. So we do observe that a channel that upload both short form videos and long form videos can perform better. There are a lot of use cases about this. So we recommend the creator can like upload both like boards and shorts. Yeah.
Okay. And what is the recommended number of shorts to upload like on a weekly basis?
I don't have the answer for this one, but I think it's really important for the uploaders to upload shorts frequently, like in a regular basis. It's not like, okay, I upload a short like last year and it got a lot of views. I just rely on that videos to get more views in the future. Because like I think the short form video, like the platform is more about like trendy content, what's happening right now, right? So we care about freshness, we care about tiny contents. So if you can upload more shorts like frequently, it will be better. But also like it's about quality, right? You cannot just upload shorts without like high quality. Yeah.
So the subject content matters, the quality of the short matters, and being consistent and posting on a frequent basis so your viewers know when to expect your next video.
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You've been great.
Teletubby. Over here, mate, we are looking at why your thumbnail design doesn't matter.
Da-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-da-da.
For coming. Today we're going to talk about something a little controversial. Why your thumbnail design actually doesn't matter.
Where are we headed to, my friend? All right, we are going to go to a breakout session called Own Your Audience and Mentorship.
On VidCon, how you guys doing today? Good. So I'm Jason Gandy. Today we're going to be talking about how to hook viewers in the first part of your videos. We're also going to be discussing how to create amazing hooks using the tools and features available on Adobe Express. So let's get started.
What is your name?
My name is Wesley.
And what do you do for you on YouTube?
I do motorcycle live streaming.
Okay, perfect. So I'm curious now, what are you using there? Is that a DJI?
That's the Pocket 3.
The Pocket 3, okay.
Yeah.
What made you decide to, and just to preface, we're interviewing, we use our phone.
Sure.
Want to up our content, the quality of it. What made you choose that for is that your primary equipment that you use right now?
Whenever I'm doing walking streams, that's primary. Whenever I'm doing motorcycle streams, I use the DJI Action 4.
Okay. And why that over like those Sony cameras and some of the other cameras that are made for content and for video?
So in a word, simplicity. It also natively works with my streaming setup.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I were to connect a Sony to this, it would be a lot more complicated. You have a lot more settings to change. But with this, you just plug it in, you hit record, or you hit go live, and it just works.
Okay.
It just works.
And then quality-wise of the video?
It's amazing. That one sensor does really well indoors. There's no reason not to get this, especially the fact that it's on a gimbal. It's self-stabilized.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. It's yeah. So it's
that's the one thing. Obviously, without the gimbal, it can be a little shaky sometimes.
It can be, but the internal phone sensor does really well. But you cannot replace a physical gimbal.
Yeah. And then in terms of an external mic, can you attach a Rode or a DJI? Okay.
Yeah, so with that, you can attach DJI microphones, the DJI Mic 2 or the DJI Mic Mini, and you can attach two of them to the device.
And the receiver can be just plugged into that, or is it built in with that receiver?
It's built into the pocket.
Oh, it is?
It is.
So you don't need an external receiver for it at all?
No, not at all.
It can connect automatically with your mics.
And that's currently what we're doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so we're just live streaming now.
So that can work for the live stream also?
Yeah, we're actually live, like talking to an audience, like right now.
Oh, very cool. Okay,
Yeah.
and the live stream, how does that work between that and the phone?
So the phone is for monitoring the stream.
Okay.
It doesn't actually control the stream like in any way whatsoever. It's just to monitor chat and monitor functions.
Okay.
The actual live stream goes into a mini computer in my backpack. It's a Orange Pi 5 Plus, and it bonds two connections together, and it sends that video to my home OBS computer 8 hours north of here.
Okay.
And then from there it gets like all the overlays, it gets all the chat functions, and then from there it goes to YouTube, Twitch, and Kick.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So definitely, like you said, you would recommend that for the walk and talks and vlogging and whatnot.
100%. It looks small, but it performs.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only problem was you couldn't zoom in when you were like in the panels and stuff. We couldn't zoom in very far.
Okay.
And then the cord, because the Wi-Fi doesn't work very well. Otherwise, you could connect it via Wi-Fi. But it was kind of sketchy, so I used the cable.
Yeah, you can technically RTMP this from the camera itself to your computer, but for some reason the Pocket did not do well with wireless transmission in that kind of way, so that's why we're using a cable.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's still 1080p 60. It's amazing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, thank you. We appreciate it, guys.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right,
you.
you too.
Well, Ollie, looks like we had a successful VidCon of 2025. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought we did. It was very interesting. We learned quite a bit, I think, of how to level up our channel, things we can do to make things better, simplify a few things, because I think we've gone a little bit of overcomplicating our videos. But I think overall it was a good experience for our first VidCon 2025. What do you think?
I think it was a very successful convention, and some of the major highlights for me were, of course, the conferences, to learn the ins and outs, to having, a catchy intro, to engaging with your audience, to really find a topic that's going to relate to the viewer as well, which will keep them wanting to watch your videos and your content, give you something that, give them something that they care about. I always thought that was a good concept. What were some key takeaways for you?
Yeah, definitely the one regarding finding that hook, because you always want to find and capture your audience right away, and you don't want to draw it out. So that's definitely something we I think need to work on, or want to work on, is finding that better hook, so that it keeps people engaged, so that they want to watch the rest of that video, and keeping them engaged throughout the video.
Exactly. Another great highlight too was some of the softwares that you can use that are out nowadays that are user friendly. Most of them are free, unless you go with the premium. It could be like $10 or more a month, which is pretty fair overall. You had Adobe Express, you had Pop Store, which is good to help engage your brand, sell your products, share more of your media content as well, and a bunch of other different programs and different highlights along the way if you come to this conference. Another great thing too is just the culture. The people are outstanding. They're friendly, they're fun, they're engaging, there's tons of different channels out there with different personalities, different looks and styles, and of course, you have the vendors. The vendors are great. You got the food vendors. You've got the merch that you can buy, which is amazing. You've got the TikTok pop-up stands as well, to learn what that's about. You got the main stages as well, where you get to see some of these influencers and the insight into how they got started and to how they create these videos. And on top of all the games and the fun times, I think it was a great experience for everyone.
Yeah, most definitely. And we got to meet some of the creators with big audiences. They gave some pretty good sound advice on how you can level up and grow your channel. So if you guys out there are looking to start YouTube, don't be afraid. Do it, have fun with it, and see where it can take you.
Yep. And with that said, stay tuned for the next one.